People make Glasgow. We see those words everywhere. They are printed on buses, painted on walls, stamped across souvenirs, and for a long time they felt true. Because it's never, I'm just really overwhelmed right now. Because it's never been about the buildings that make the city. It's never been the River Clyde or the skyline or George Square. Glasgow has always been defined by its people, but we need to ask ourselves a very difficult question. Who are the people making Glasgow today? Those of us who were born here, whether we are first generation or sixth generation Glaswegians, know something has changed. Glasgow has never been perfect. Racism has always existed. But many of us remember a time when openly telling someone to go back to your own country was embarrassing. There were consequences. Now there is an understanding that this isn't who we were. Today those chants are commonplace. People are abused because of the colour of their skin, because they have an accent, because they wear the hijab, because they simply exist as a person of colour and are treated as though they don't belong here. When did we lose our way? When did we forget that we are all Jock Tamson's bairns? The truth is that the hatred doesn't appear overnight. It is cultivated. For years, politicians and sections of the media have spoken about migration as though human beings are a problem to be managed rather than people to be welcomed. They have spoken about swarms, waves, invasions. They've reduced lives to statistics and communities to burdens. Not always in the exact words shouted on our streets, but close enough that this message is heard. When those with power repeatedly frame migrants as a threat, it gives permission to those who already carry prejudice. It shifts the blame for failing public services, rising poverty and inequality away from political choices and onto our neighbours. The real failure has never been the family seeking safety. It has never been the nurse from Nigeria, the engineer from Syria, the student from India, or the refugee rebuilding their life. The failure has been decades of political decisions that have widened inequality while asking ordinary people to blame one another instead. Politicians have become obsessed with talking about people as commodities, resources, and economic units, so let me speak in their language for a moment. Who is caring for your parents in hospital and care homes? Who's educating your children? Who is cooking your meals, serving your coffee, delivering your shopping, cleaning your offices, driving your buses, building your homes, and paying taxes into the very system they are accused of draining? People of colour are not taking from this country. They are given to it every single day. They pay fees, they pay taxes, they pay bills, they keep businesses open, they keep our NHS running, they enrich our culture, our communities and our economy, yet instead of being protected and celebrated, they are being turned into scapegoats for failures they did not create. This is not leadership. This is cowardice. And while politicians argue over headlines, it is ordinary people who pay the price. People who now walk through our city wondering whether today will be the day someone spits at them, someone screams at them, or throws object towards them whilst they work, all because of the colour of their skin. That should shame every single one of us. People make Glasgow, so we have a choice. Do we become the city that turns on its neighbours because they look different? Or do we become the city that remembers who we are? A city built on solidarity, a city that stands beside the vulnerable instead of blaming them, a city that lives up to the words we proudly display. Because people do make Glasgow. The only question left is, what kind of people are we going to be?